Yo, 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 what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So shout out to everybody who is in the building early. It is good to see each and every one of you. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody who is in the building early. All three of y'all. All right. Shout out to Leonard D. Yuta. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Carlton Way, and shout out to the third person who is watching that hasn't said anything yet. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to drop the Rumble link in the chat. All right. Make sure that you guys use this link. Go over to Rumble and make sure that you subscribe to the channel over on Rumble. All right. We are going to talk about some interesting stuff tonight, mainly talking about what's going on in Springfield. All right. So hopefully you guys have been enjoying the coverage of that. All right. I also shout out to my man Alpha Male Pimp Network. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you over here. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about Springfield for the most part throughout the entire stream. We're going to debunk some claims. We're going to look at some problems because there's some problems. All right. Also, shout out to everybody that's here. You guys get a surprise. You guys get to see the intro for the new series that will be on BLR1 and BLR2, and probably after about a year or two, become a standalone channel because you guys see my model of how I do things, right? So, without further ado, everybody, throw some applause in the chat for yourselves, some flames in the chat for yourselves for being here, and y'all get to check it out. Now, what I need is some live action feedback. I need y'all to let me know what y'all think. Let's get it. Yeah. You know I gotta be extra with it, right? I told y'all, man, I'm about that. I'm a evil person. You know what I'm saying? Yo, if y'all like that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't, give me a thumbs down. You all will be seeing that very, very soon. Very, very soon. How many people saw the community post that I put up on BLR2 about the merger between the undocumented bros and the box bros? Haven't got a chance to do a box bros video yet. But ain't it crazy how that happened? It's crazy how that happened. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to eventually get to the box bros. We may or may not. You see, you know what? Since we doing exclusives, you know what I'm saying? Since we doing exclusives, let me see something real quick. Let me see if I got anything for y'all real quick. Let me see if I got anything real quick for y'all. Just to prove my point. Let me see. Just to prove my point. Because we got time. This is late night. DJ Blacklight on the ones and twos. You know what I'm saying? It's off code hour. Shout out to the off code hour. What is the drink of the off code hour? What is the preferred drink of the off code hour? DJ Blacklight on the ones and twos by special request. My man Carlton Way. The Box Bros.
Wake up and beg up this year, jump out the crib, stack up my C-No this year, killing my ego this year, all for the people this year, only believe in the real, I do believe in no fear, and I got gang in this bitch, I never switch on the tribe, I keep it all the way real, I'm in control of my feels, you see my highlights and study my real, I'm showing more love this year, running more plays, finna scale up my business this year, the world in my palm, I'm a star, I deliver my cadence, I'm serving up chills to my peers, bringing the bread for the fam. Everything good on the side, everything coming together. New whip, no leash, no key, they heat it. California on the plate, I'm out here playing but keep it. I pull up, she leaking, she want me for the weekend. My foot on the gas with the brakes, Hate me or love me, you see me. Flex, yes. I got my foot on their neck. I'm out with a squad to the death. Young nigga get to the checks. Flex, yes. Got nothing to lose and something to prove. Young nigga come from the trench. Cuban links on my neck, tanking. Freeze, smoking on dope, that diesel. Freeze, run until I miss my season. Lay back, geeking, smoking on dope, that diesel. Young nigga gone off the deep end. Run until I miss my season. I keep a stack of them blessings, I'm ballin', I'm play callin'. They chain on me matching my smile, you know that I stay saucin'. Wrist flooded, she drowning. We good on this side, everything coming together. New whip, no lease, no key in it, they heat it. California on the plate, I'm out there playing for keeping. I pull up, she leaking, she want me for the weekend. My foot on the gas with the brakes. Hate me or love me, you see me. Flex, yes. I got my foot on their neck. I'm out with a squad to the death. Young nigga get to the checks. Flex, yes. Got nothing to lose and something to prove. Young nigga come from the trench. Cuban links on my neck, tanking. Freeze, smoking on dope, that diesel. Freeze, run until I miss my season. Lay back, geeking, smoking on dope, that diesel. Young nigga gone off the deep end. Run until I miss my season.
Once we understand that it is through our five senses that these imprints are being made on our subconscious mind, we can then consciously begin to utilize our five senses to imprint something different.
Yeah, man. The Box Bros coming soon. Carl's talking about eating cat a la carte. You eating some cat la king down there? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Guillory. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Yeah, so man, that's the Box Bros beat. I just want y'all to know that I do have everything for the Box Bros. I just haven't had a chance to do one so far this year at all. You know what I'm saying? Got the intro, you know what I'm saying? Got everything together, you know what I'm saying? Just haven't had a chance to put no streams together, man. Just been too much going on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to get that together for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because if I went back and did all of the content that I had put together for the Box Bros, man, listen, you know what I'm saying? It would be just that in itself would probably take a good month to cover everything with 2-hour streams, like with 2-hour streams every 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody got time for that. Shout out to Carlton. Shout out to Cameron. What's good with it, bro? All right. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. And, you know, it's going to be more. It's going to be more. So if y'all enjoyed those 2 intros, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't, then give me a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, Crew Reality. What's good with it, bro? I'm glad you enjoyed, bro. I'm glad you enjoyed. Yo, bro. Shout out to Torian. Y'all be listening to Torian, right? Torian be trying to tell y'all, man, your boy a monster, for real, an actual monster. You know what I'm saying? An actual monster. Why do you think I like monsters so much? Look at how ugly my characters be. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is we're going to address this this guy carrying this goose or this swan or whatever, this duck, this crazy bird. He really part of the bird gang for real. Like, that's the bird man for real, right? You know what I'm saying? So we're going to address the bird man that was walking down the street with the goose like it was all good. All right, let's check this out real quick.
The immigration surge in Springfield. This has put the city in the national spotlight, with major media outlets reporting on this story we broke days ago.
And the city made it into the presidential debate last night when former President Trump claimed immigrants were eating pets.
Hey, look. Hey, shout out to Crew Reality. Hey, bro, listen, your content, listen. Anytime you are a content creator, you have to make content with this mind state. Your content is always the best content placed onto YouTube. Your only goal is to make it better. Always look at it like that. Always look at it like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to, you know, as far as I go, I'm a machine. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know how TD be saying that he a Russian bot? I'm trying to tell y'all I'm a machine for real. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Tupac for real. If something happened to me and somebody find my computers and they can get into my hard drive, it's gonna be all kinds of the unreleased channels of Robb popping up on YouTube and Rumble all over the place. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Probably some other stuff too, but you know what I'm saying? That'd be a big amount of it.
things Springfield said they have no credible reports of. Now, here's what Governor DeWine is doing right now to help the city handle the issues from the increase in immigrants. He ordered additional troopers and cruisers to help Springfield police patrol problem areas and watch for erratic driving. He also asked the Ohio Department of Health to increase primary care services in Springfield.
News Center 7's John Bedell is live in Clark County. And John, that's where you talked to Governor.
Now, I think that one thing that people got to try to really figure out the root cause of, and I think it's interesting that there's kind of a distraction on this. I think that we need to find out, are the Haitian migrants being directed to Springfield, Ohio? Or are the Haitian migrants being delivered to Springfield, Ohio? And what we need to figure out is, if Springfield, Ohio is not a sanctuary city, the question would then be, are cities that are not sanctuary cities, are they all able to be protected from situations where there's a sudden crowd of migrants at your doorstep and they put a strain on the city? Is there any way to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? That's my question. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Crew. Crew said, let alone build the computers to run the AI bots on. Right, facts.
DeWine about the state's plan today.
I did, Cheryl and James. You know, we first heard from the governor here at Springfield City Hall just before, or I should say just before the city council meeting at Springfield City Hall last night. DeWine talked about those additional steps the state is taking to help the city with the migrant influx. We also uncovered new information and context about a viral picture from social media on this topic. This week, all kinds of
All right, so I want everybody to pay attention to this. All right, everybody pay attention to this. Now, this is a wild picture. Like, this is straight up wild. This would be wild to see. Like, my dude got, like, it's like he's walking home from class because he got, like, the laptop computer purse. You know what I'm saying? But he's just carrying a dead bird like it's normal and staring at the person who's recording him as if the person that's recording him is crazy, which is how crazy people tend to stare at other people. They tend to stare at other people like the other people are the crazy ones, which is wild. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who's watching. If you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash the like button. We got 12 people watching and we got 19 likes. Let's try to get the likes to 31. Let's do that.
People sent us this picture claiming it shows evidence of Haitian migrants catching and eating geese in Springfield. We've uncovered the
now, mind you, I don't think that there's any rumors of anybody eating geese in Springfield. I don't think that that's a true thing. I think that there's rumors of quote unquote duck disappearances, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So I think that there's rumors of duck disappearances and not geese eating. Okay. Yeah. And shout out to the man. Listen, man, hey, we got to make sure that bird ain't related to none of our homies at Reacts. You know what I'm saying? We can't have people coming through messing with the duck gang. You know what I'm saying? We can't have people messing with the duck gang. Blacklight Revelations Media Network and React's gonna have to click up on folks out here. You know what I'm saying?
Picture was actually taken in Columbus on July 28th.
Shout out to Yoshimori. What's good with it, bro?
From a mapping system to show you exactly where it was taken. The 4700 block of Cleveland Avenue in Columbus. The picture was posted to social media.
Hey, I don't know if they want to mess with the duck gang. I don't know if they want to mess with the duck gang. You know what I'm saying? They might be on the other end of a roast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Media, and Governor Mike DeWine told me it caught the attention of ODNR.
And it's clear now that that was in Columbus, Ohio. We've been investigating.
So I want you guys to understand where we are here with this. The two major viral stories from this, 0 out of 2 for any of these not only being true, but even being in the right city. But what's interesting is that all of the cities are involved. They all have a letter C as the first letter of their name. So you got the situation that was not in Springfield. That situation was in Canton. And then you had another situation that was not in Springfield. It was in Columbus. Okay. So I want to run this back to make sure that we all have clarity on this, because there's still people making videos about this, using fake videos as reference information. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why that's being done. You know what I'm saying? Like, the thing is that there's enough legit problems that this migrant influx is causing on Springfield, Ohio, to where legit issues can actually be looked at and assessed as something to critique instead of making stuff up. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
the immigration surge in Springfield. This has put the city in the national spotlight, with major media outlets reporting on this story we broke days ago.
Now, the city made it into the presidential debate last night when former President Trump claimed immigrants were eating pets, something Springfield said they have no credible reports of. Now, here's what Governor DeWine is doing right now to help the city handle the issues from the increase in immigrants. He ordered additional troopers and cruisers to help Springfield police patrol problem areas and watch for erratic driving. He also asked the Ohio Department of Health to increase primary care services in Springfield.
News Center 7's John Bedell is live in Clark County. And John, that's where you talked to Governor DeWine about the state's plan today.
I did, Cheryl and James. You know, we first heard from the governor here at Springfield City Hall just before, or I should say just before the city council meeting at Springfield City Hall last night. DeWine talked about those additional steps the state is taking to help the city with the migrant influx. We also uncovered new information and context about a viral picture from social media on this topic. This week, all kinds of people sent us this picture, claiming it shows evidence of Haitian migrants catching and eating geese in Springfield. We've uncovered the picture was actually taken in Columbus on July 28th, and we pulled this street view from a mapping system to show you exactly where it was taken. The 4700 block.
Hey, that pulling that street view is crazy. Hey, if you guys agree that pulling that street view is crazy, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that that's crazy, give me a thumbs down. That's how they could narrow you down to your location, to where you at, like real easy. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate everybody. You guys know just momentarily we only needed 2 more subscribers to get to 500 because of the wonderful people here on YouTube. Now we need 3 because somebody decided to unsubscribe. You know what I'm saying? Unsubscribe. Give me a thumbs down in the chat.
Of Cleveland Avenue in Columbus.
Shout out to Ty. What's good?
The picture was posted to social media, and Governor Mike DeWine told me it caught the attention of ODNR.
And it's clear now that that was in Columbus, Ohio. We've investigated that. We'll probably continue to investigate.
Shout out to Young Nine. What's good,
that
bro?
would be hunting out of season when you look at the date when that took place.
It was one concern raised about real challenges a sudden influx of an estimated 15,000 Haitian migrants have created in Springfield and Clark County.
I have great confidence in the people of Springfield. Look, they are not anti-Haitian. They just are seeing problems, and they want elected officials, they want all of us to do everything that we can to alleviate those problems.
For months, News Center 7 has covered the strain.
Now, everybody's going to be mad at me for this statement, right? But I'm going to be 100% honest. As far as the majority, I would actually agree with Mike DeWine with the majority of the community. Of course, there's going to be packets of people who have their issues, packets of people who are racist, packets of people who are bigots, packets of people who are stupid and absurd and ridiculous. But how he described the situation right there, believe it or not, like I said, I'm from Ohio, been here my entire life. Generally speaking, I would actually agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Generally speaking, I would agree with that. And here's more evidence that I would agree with it. Like I told you, Ohio is simply Texas, but in the north. If this was really that type of party, it would be a whole bunch of people dead. Because they can just castle doctrine everybody. You know what I'm saying? And nobody would say anything about it. Literally nobody would say anything about it. It would be a Twitter insane mess. Everybody would be talking crazy. It would be all this stuff going on, but that hasn't happened yet. Now, if that happens, we'll have to revisit that, right? Because that will show that things are kind of changing. But nobody's dead yet, except for, there was that situation where the boy got hit by the Haitian migrant. Now, I'm talking about as far as citizens deleting migrants. Now, here's the thing, right? New York is a state that has liberal gun laws, and they don't have self-defense laws, right? Ohio, we could pop somebody if they on our property attacking an animal or attacking a family member or trying to steal anything, or just if they on there unauthorized. We could do that. And we'd be straight. So what I want you guys to see is that in Springfield, Ohio, there has been less community against migrant violence than there has in New York. And New York has liberal gun laws, liberal self-defense laws. We have conservative gun laws and conservative self-defense laws. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that as an indicator of reality. Okay. If you guys agree, if that's rational, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and don't think that that's rational, then give me a thumbs down. Now, shout out to Carlton. I got to ask Carlton a question, and anybody can answer this question if they want to. When we get more members on the main channel, do y'all want some Black voter monolith characters in the members only chat? Let me know if that's what y'all want.
Population surge is putting on police and fire services, schools, healthcare, and translation services, along with problems with unlicensed or uneducated drivers. It's a strain on so many in the community, including Haitian migrants like Viles Dorseville.
We are resilient people, hardworking people, and I think that we have a lot to offer to this community here.
Now, we've also gotten other tips about other complaints related to the broader immigration surge here in Springfield. We're still working to verify that information, though. If we find those are true, we'll report those too. Meantime, you heard from Vilas a little bit there. He's a pastor in the Haitian community here in Springfield. I'll have his perspective on what this week's been like when I join you new at 6. For now, that we're live in Springfield this afternoon, I'm John Bedell, News Center.
All right, so there's that. All right, so that should put that situation to rest, quote unquote, about that goose. All right. Now, shout out to the Reacts gang. If you part of the Reacts gang, throw them ducks in the chat. So now we got a video from a person that's a alleged Springfield, Ohio Springfield, Ohio resident, a YouTube channel called Empty Pockets James. Now, this is the guy video who is probably at 1 million views right now that we reacted to earlier, right? So now he's not talking about geese. He's talking about ducks. All right. He's talking about ducks. He's saying that there's some type of allegations of missing ducks. We're going to listen to what he says. All right.
Hey, everybody. It's James in Pockets Garage. I got such a huge response, which was so unexpected on my video that I did yesterday. And I did not have an opinion either way on supposedly the ducks being killed or people's pets being taken and eaten. So I thought I'd come down to the infamous Snyder Park where these animals reside. They don't migrate here. They are pets here, and they are a protected animal. They're so domesticated now that they're not afraid of humans. So
okay, so he's talking about a place called Snyder Park. I'm not familiar with that place, but apparently it's a place where there's animals that are, I guess, domesticated, real friendly, and they'll walk up to people. You know how like the bird, when pigeons be around people for a long time, or like squirrels and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? They'll come up, or raccoons, people be kind of on some weird stuff, feeding raccoons and stuff like that. So I'm assuming it's that type of situation.
Want to get fed. And I haven't been down here in a while, but last time I was here, there could have been close to 100 ducks and probably dozens of geese. And I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what's left. So they're not disappearing in the way that people are claiming they are. Where'd they go? So anyways, I'm going to turn the camera around. We'll take a look.
So now I want you guys to hear what he said. He said, if they're not disappearing in the way that people are claiming that they are, then where did they go? Here's my thing. As far as that goes, that's all we can say right now is where did they go? We don't know. We don't know where they went unless we have some video footage or some type of evidence of where they went. So, as far as accusing the migrants of doing it, that's speculation. And hopefully, if somebody's making that speculation, hopefully it's not dishonest speculation. Hopefully that speculation is based on some type of evidence. But if there's no presentation of evidence, it's just speculation. And if you ask me, it should be treated as such. All right. So now I want to make it clear. I'm not calling this guy a liar, right? All I'm saying is what he's presenting is if they didn't disappear in the way that people are saying that they disappeared, then where did they disappear to? Here's one thing that I'm going to say. They could disappear a lot of different places. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people down here in this area got hunting permits. I don't know if the people would do that or not. I'm just saying, without evidence, I don't know how we can pin one thing on the other. Now, I understand the correlation of if there's a new variable, people are going to look at the correlation between a new event and a reactive event that occurs, right? That makes sense. But at the same time, just because there's a correlation doesn't necessarily mean it's a causation without tying evidence that shows that it's a causation. So again, all I'm going to say is that this is speculation. And when it comes to speculation and allegations, people should treat speculations and allegations exactly like what they are. Speculations and allegations should never be treated as substantiating evidence. And if you ask me, that's one of the mistakes that Trump made in the debate, is that he took speculation and tried to substantiate it as substantiating evidence and introduced it in a situation where he needed to have credible, solid information to be able to combat the nonsense that Kamala Harris was saying and the other two debaters that were on her side helping her. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, then give me a thumbs down. Now, it seems to me like those ducks over there, those geese, it seems to me like it's a lot of them there and they're pretty safe. And now another thing is that if there was a sudden threat, I don't know if you guys, there would be migration patterns. I don't know if you guys ever watched that TV show called The Strain, but when the Strigoi, aka the vampires, were taking over the New York City sewers, all people would see all over New York City was just rats all over the place. More rats than usual. Huge droves of rats. And the reason why was because there was a new predator in town. So if these Haitian people are a new predator, what's going on is they're changing the ecosystem. And if the ecosystem changes, then what you're going to see is a eventual migration pattern. Now, I don't know what the migration pattern is because this is the first time I've ever seen this lake. There could be more geese over there, right? And what he could say after showing the screenshot is that this is what it looks like now. There used to be more geese than that. Okay, that would be evidence of a migration pattern, right? But I don't know that without knowing what the lake looked like before. So what I'm saying is that I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. What's good with it? Make sure y'all throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen for funding the organization because she hooked your boy up, you know what I'm saying, with a Cash App, and I definitely appreciate it.
As you can see, it's just a handful of small ducks over there. And there's an adult. But where are the rest? I mean, there was dozens down here. Where do y'all go? They live here. So,
okay, so what he's saying is that number of ducks that we're seeing on the screen, is not the usual number of ducks. Apparently, there's usually more ducks there. All right. Now, I have no way of verifying that, but I don't have any reason to believe that this guy is just making stuff up. It would be nice if he had a picture to present with it, but I didn't see anything wrong with the last video that he did. So again, just based on that, I don't really see why he would make something up. And another reason why I don't see why he would make something up is because in his last video, when he said what was going on in Springfield was not fake news, he made sure to make a separation to tell people that the stories that they've been showing on the news are false. If he was trying to push misinformation, I don't think he would have did that. He wouldn't have made that separation. He'd have been like, it's all true. It's all crazy. Somebody come down here and help us. And he didn't do that. So as of right now, I don't have any reason to doubt what he's saying. However, I wouldn't look at it as substantiating evidence until I laid my eyes on a before picture, like Cameron is saying down there. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 22 people watching. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, please take a moment, hit that bell, subscribe to the channel, help us get to that 500.
I'm not claiming either way what's happening to them, but it is credible evidence that they're gone. So, saying that, get this back out of my hair. Here we go. And I appreciate all the positive comments because I'm trying to read them all. I've never had a video have this much viewing. I'm a car channel, but I felt like because I live here, I needed to say something about what I experienced with the immigrants that are here. So, but anyways, because of such a huge response on this last video, I thought I should make a follow-up and take a look at the duck and geese problem personally. And there is something to this because they are not here. So
now I want you guys to pay very close attention to what he's saying. He's not putting it on the migrants per se. He's just saying they showed up, the geese are gone. I don't know what happened, but they showed up and the geese are gone. That's what he's saying. Now, mind you, people can say, well, he's implying, right? But all he's saying is that this happened and then this happened. So again, to me, if he was trying to push a narrative, he would be like, this happened and it happened because of them.
Oh, no. But anyways, I want to thank everybody. There's so much positive response on the comments. And like I said, I'm trying to read them all, but I've never had this many comments to try to read. If I don't respond to you, it's not because I didn't read it. It's because I'm trying to do it as best I can, as fast as I can. But for a few of those who I've been called a snowflake, which is something I'm not. I've been called a liar over this video. I've been called a racist, and I don't know where they come up with the idea that they can call me a racist by the way my video was.
Hey, I told you, man, when white people get called racist, man, that'd be hurting their heart. That'd be hurting their heart, whether they are or they aren't. Either way, man, that's some sensitive strike to the nerve stuff. That's one of the reasons why they don't ever be wanting race brought up at all. Like that hits right to the soul. You know what I'm saying? It cut deep like a knife, you know what I'm saying? Like, it cut deep like a knife, you know what I'm saying? He about to spend a whole 2 minutes on a diatribe talking about how he ain't racist, man. Just keep it pushing, man. Explain the rest of the video, bro.
Formatted because I'm not, so I'm not even gonna try to defend it because there ain't nothing to defend. So for that, I just want to say
I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I think he handled it the right way. There ain't nothing to defend, so I'm gonna just keep it pushing. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. What did I tell y'all about people? There's people that'll be babbling, trying to explain stuff, and then there's other people that be like, man, this ain't even real. I'm about to keep it pushing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at that response at all. All right, let's get it.
And I'm gonna probably do a couple more follow-ups on this. Because I'm not used to doing something like this, so forgive me if I
look. Cameron said he never met a black person before this. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude got a black grandkid. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude got a black grandkid, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? This is Ohio. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude got at the very least a mixed grandkid. You know what I'm saying? Mixed people in Ohio be having grandparents that look like this. Real talk. If there's anybody from Ohio that's in here, they will 100% validate what I'm saying.
Seem like I rattle on and ramble on, but we have a problem. And now that it's made national news, all of a sudden our politicians want to help us. I can tell the politicians that are saying they need to help us now, like our governor. Same thing that Trump said about Kamala Harris and Biden. All these policies that they're claiming they're wanting to do, they've been in office over 3.5 years. If it was something that was really important to them, they could have done it. So their whole campaign's a lie. But I don't want to sound like a political person because this is a car channel, and it's going to.
Shout out to Cameron. Cameron said, I saw a lot of old white grandparents with mixed grandkids in the Cincinnati area. Yeah, in the Cincinnati, and believe it or not, the Cincinnati area, I would say that's probably the most concentrated racist area in Ohio, for real. For one, because it's right by Kentucky, and for two, like there's a KKK world headquarters in Cincinnati, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just to put a little standard of relativity on that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Volvo 2 Love. Volvo 2 Love said they definitely gonna take his brother off the waiting list for housing. If they do that, I would write a letter to the governor, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like if something like that does happen, I would say something. You know what I'm saying?
Stay car channel. But I think going forward, sometimes I'm gonna have to speak my opinion about something. And you know, for those who say
yeah, shout out to Cameron. Yeah, absolutely. What I always tell y'all is it's Texas in the north. It's a mini Texas just up north. You know what I'm saying? The only areas of Ohio where it's like kind of quote unquote, like, I guess you would say, I don't know, like liberal, I guess you would say, are the few little pocket of metropolitan areas. You know what I'm saying? And immediately once you leave out of the metropolitan areas, it's boondocks.
they call it my truth. You know, they're like giving me praise for saying my truth. It's not my truth. It is the truth. So right now I got nothing else to say until I do a little bit more investigation. And these videos probably look crappy because anybody who's watching my car videos know that I'm not a very good editor. So this here is the one take and none. So, but I appreciate those who are watching, and I will keep looking into this. And I promise you, if I say it, it's because I can confirm it. And all this, back to the fake news on the last video, we have receipts here. The local politicians and the police say they have no credible evidence of any of this going on. Well, there's plenty of police reports, 911 calls, people complaining down at City Hall at those meetings. These people that are claiming or saying this, what do you consider credible evidence? Are you saying all these people are lying?
I think that when people say credible evidence, they would be talking about like an arrest. Now, he says that there's police reports, right? And, you know, being that we ain't down there, we don't have access to the police reports. I'm sure we could do like a FOIA request or something like that. But and then there are the people that are saying the stuff at the City Hall. Now, here's the thing, right? I am all about hardcore evidence. I'm all about hardcore evidence. However, I do believe that what he's saying, people should keep it in the back of their head. And the reason why I believe that people should keep it in the back of their head is because I gotta reference the Aurora, Colorado situation. How they knew about Trinidad Argua for all that time and didn't say nothing. They knew about the situation at the apartment complex, didn't say nothing. So what it seems like is starting to develop is there's two, actually, I would say more than that. A lot of these areas that are being affected by this migrant crisis, what the pattern of rollout seems to be, there's conflicting stories between the local news, the people that live there, and the national news and the politicians. And then what ends up happening is that after about 6 months or a year, the local news, the civilian complaints all get substantiated, and we find out that the government knew about it and didn't say anything. If you guys would agree that that's about what the pattern of things seems like, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree and you don't think that that's what the pattern of things are, then give me a thumbs down and let me know what you think. So here's my thing, right? With this video, I think that what he did was bring up some allegations and strange things that are going on since the migrants have come there in bulk. He's saying he didn't pin anything to anybody. He just said, well, this didn't start happening until they came here. Fair enough, right? What he's also saying is that the politicians didn't care about it until there was national attention on it. Now, why am I saying that? I'm saying that to say this. As far as the police reports and all of that not coming out, you guys saw what they did in Colorado, how Colorado tried to restrict that information on the Denver Gazette and not let the Denver Gazette get that information. And now come to find out they knew about the Trinidad Argua situation as early as like July, June. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not dismissing anything that he says. I don't, and also from the integrity of both of the two videos that he did about this, there's nothing to make me believe that he's just full of crap. If he was full, as many, he got 1 million views on his last video and he got 80,000 views on this one. If he wanted to, he could really just say whatever he wants about this with the type of views that he wants. He could say whatever he wants to. He could push whatever political message he wants to, and it would get views. It would get watches because people are watching this channel right now. He ain't really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't really doing that. So I'm inclined to believe that there's a degree of integrity with the content that he's making. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree with that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
I mean, some of them, I don't know, but there's no way that this many people are lying about the same exact thing. So explain to me, is it because they're poor and probably not highly educated that they're saying they're not credible? It's got to be somebody high up in some business or got a lot of money.
I don't think that, and here's the thing, right? He's saying this, being that he's an Ohio resident. I don't think that most people even know that, like, Ohio's demographics. I don't think that most people know that, like, Ohio is like, you know what I'm saying, like West Virginia. I don't think most people even know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people really know, like, the truth about Ohio. So I think that this right here is him, like, this is him being somebody that's probably been in Ohio his entire life and ain't really, like, left out of Ohio. So he got, like, Ohio type projection sediments of how he sees Ohio on the rest of the United States, and like the rest of the United States don't even know anything about Ohio. So that's where I think this right here is coming from.
And then they'll do something. Nah, there's something going on here, and it's not good. So anyways, this video is long enough as it is. My name's James. This video channel, our YouTube channel, is Empty Pockets Garage, and the title says it all. So until next time, I'm out of here.
Man, with the type of views he getting on his YouTube channel nowadays, whatever it is that he do for work, he could probably replace it with that YouTube channel for real, for real. All right, so there's that. All right, so I didn't think that was a bad video. I didn't think either one of his videos was bad. I thought they was actually pretty decent, and I actually thought that they wasn't that biased. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chili C. What's good with it, bro? So now what we about to do is we about to take a look at what they said on NBC. All right, and take a while. I want you guys in the comment section, take a wild guess about what you think they said on NBC. Let me know what y'all think they said on NBC. Real quick. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Let's now dive a little deeper into one of the most talked about moments from last night's debate. Former President Trump's baseless claims that Haitian immigrants are eating pets in Springfield, Ohio. In the debate spin room, NBC's Michelle Sandor asked Trump's running mate and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance about those claims, which Vance has been amplifying. Take a look.
Senator Vance, what do you say to Haitian Americans and Haitian immigrants who say spreading false claims about them put their lives at risk?
Well, I don't think that no one has spread false claims. What they've said is that a small migrant community, 20,000, so it's big for the city of Springfield, but it's small compared to all Haitians in the United States of America, that small migrant community has caused a lot of problems. It's led to higher rates of communicable diseases. That's a verifiable fact. It's led to animals disappearing. Many of my constituents have said that has been happening. It's led to higher home prices. That is a verifiable fact. So this influx has led to a lot of.
But you said that immigrants have eaten animals, and city officials have said that that's not true.
City officials have said that's not true. That's not actually accurate. The city manager said there's no verifiable evidence. A lot of residents on the ground have said that there is.
So now here's my question. How do you guys think that he handled that questioning right there? What do you guys think? Now I want everybody to be clear that they understand what I'm saying. This is the problem with bringing something like this up. This is the problem. This is why information integrity is so important. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 26 people in the room. If you guys could take a moment, smash that like button. All right. If you guys could hit the bell and subscribe to the channel and get us to 500, I'd appreciate it. We got the 1-to-1 ratio popping off at 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. That is amazing. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you guys. Throw some 100s in the chat. All right. Let's get it.
Now, in recent years, more than 15,000 Haitian immigrants have settled in Springfield, Ohio, filling jobs and boosting the economy, but also straining local resources, which has created tension in the community. NBC's Michelle Sandor is in Springfield, Ohio. She joins me now. So, Mish, give us the reality check. What is actually happening in Springfield right now? What has the reaction been to this controversy?
Well, there's been a lot of shock and really pain in the Haitian community here. A lot of the Haitian immigrants who came here legally. Most of them came here legally through federal programs. The city also advertised.
What I want to know, what I want to know, this is what I want to know. I don't even care about none of this. What I want to know is, how do cities that are not sanctuary cities protect themselves from migrant influxes if what happened in Springfield, Ohio, and what happened in Aurora, because remember, Aurora is not a sanctuary city, if things like that can happen in those places. Here's another thing. Do you all think that the real estate price of areas that are near and in sanctuary cities should start decreasing, and the car insurance in sanctuary cities should go up? If you guys think that those two things should occur, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that those things should occur, then give me a thumbs down. I don't understand how prices are not adjusting to the changing environments with any of this stuff going on. That's one of the things that I'm really curious about as well. The economic responses, they're kind of delayed, and or if not delayed, non-existent, and I don't understand how that's happening. And shout out to Cameron. I gotta agree with Cameron. Cameron says they're too small to cope with it. Absolutely, I agree 100%. The migrant influx of people that have come into Springfield is probably larger than their second largest racial demographic. White people is their first racial demographic at 80%. Black people is their second at 10%, which means that if there's they said it's a town of 60,000 people. So that means that there's probably 6,000 black people in why do I keep wanting to call this place Uniontown, in Springfield, right? So what that means is that there's 6,000 black people. So if 12 to 15,000 migrants have come in, the migrant population has immediately upon arrival surpassed the Black American population there. Why? Because the alligator's mouth is facing the 6,000, or is facing the large amount, which would be the 15 to 20,000. 15 to 20,000 is greater than, right, 6,000. If you guys agree with that math, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. So just within this migrant influx, the Black American population has been surpassed by the Haitian population. And I'm sure it's not difficult for that type of occurrence to happen multiple places throughout the United States, depending on where these people decide to go, which could completely change the political demographics there. Right? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
City that had lost like 20,000 people out and had dwindled down to about 60,000 people from 1,000 people. A place where people they felt like we're going to welcoming them. But now there are some residents who say that they really don't like the change. I talked to one man who said that he doesn't like the cultural changes. He doesn't like the idea that there are people here that are changing the racial makeup of this city, saying that the city is sort of lost. He also said that there were in his mind claims that there were stray cats missing, and sort of this idea that maybe Haitians were abusing animals. Of course, city officials have said there's no evidence of that. And Haitian migrants, they're people who—
Now, here goes my question. When the national news comes down here, or even the local news in this instance, because whatever, right? How come the national news isn't interviewing people? Shout out to Alonda. What's good with it, Alonda? Hey, make sure you leave a comment after the video, Alonda, so I can rinse you up over here. Like, they just went who is this, NBC? So NBC just went down there, and then they just decided to do like a video in the middle of downtown, and they didn't talk to nobody. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm sure there's people out all over the place. I guarantee you, it's old people out all over the place down there. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Who are fleeing violence, gang violence in their country. So they were already traumatized when they got here. And I'm hearing that they're just even more traumatized by this back and forth, and are really saddened that former President Trump, someone who they say is seeking the highest office of the land, is really giving any kind of oxygen to what really is a baseless accusation.
And you actually spoke, Amish, too.
But here go the thing, though. It's not. See, again, this is where Trump really messed. He really messed this up. It's not baseless accusations that immigration is affecting the community down there. That's not baseless accusations. The baseless accusations are the specific instances that have been linked and disproven already, but that's only two things that have been disproven and not everything that's been said. Would you guys agree? And this is where this is Trump really screwed this up. Remember when we were watching the live stream on the other channel, and when as soon as he started going into this, I kept typing in the comment section with big letters, shock, because this was not the time and the place. Shout out to my man, We Lit. What's good with you, bro? Yo, We Lit, you ain't got a wrench, bro. Leave a comment over here so I could put a wrench on you. He messed that up. And the thing is that, you know, people who are addressing, reacting to the debate and stuff like that, everybody is so partisan. You know what I'm saying? They're so partisan that they only see the flaws in the people that they don't like. So, you know, people that are fully on board with Trump, they're not. Most, you know, there's honest people that are on board with Trump, but a lot of them aren't. You know what I'm saying? The honest people will say he really messed this up. Now, there's people that are on board with Kamala Harris, and they'll sit there and say, "Oh, she just did a wonderful job." No, she didn't. She had 2 teammates, and she was allowed to do whatever she wanted throughout the debate, and she wasn't interrupted. She was given chances to clarify herself, and she wasn't fact checked at all. Not true whatsoever. That debate wasn't a W for her. But you got to understand the environment, and I think that I don't know what happened as far as Trump with this, but this was really bad in my opinion. And this is exactly what I said would happen. You know what I'm saying? So what is the lesson to take away from this? The lesson to take away from this is don't show your piece unless you plan on bucking it. You know what I'm saying? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Don't pull out your iron unless you plan on bucking it. Trump pulled his iron out and then put it back in the holster. And he pulled the iron out and it wasn't even loaded and put it back in the holster. That's essentially what happened here. I'm going to flash an empty piece on you. And I'm going to put it back. Now everybody about to roast you. They're going to say that you wasn't about to do nothing. And they're going to say wasn't no bullets in your piece. Which is what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why Prodigy, rest in peace, Prodigy. That's why Prodigy said, "You're better off bucking yourself. You need to start fronting." You're better off bucking yourself.
One of the leaders of Springfield's Haitian community. What did he tell you?
That's right. I spoke to Vilas Dorceville. He only moved to Springfield himself a few years ago, but he's already now an executive director of a community center for Haitian Americans and Haitian immigrants coming here. Take a listen to what he told me about sort of how Haitians are taking in this news.
They are scared for their lives. Some of them are asking me, even yesterday, I got a friend calling me asking me if he has to leave because he...
Now, here go the thing, right? And this is going to sound really bad. This is going to sound really bad. And shout out to, we got a new subscriber, man. I don't know who it was that subscribed, but I appreciate whoever it was. We only need 2 more. If you're not subscribed to the channel, take a moment, hit that bell. We only need 2 more. Hit that bell. Share the stream to your social media. All right. Like I said, Ohio is an open carry castle doctrine state. If it was that bad, if like the tension was that bad, somebody already be dead. And because you know the situation, you know the demographics, wouldn't nothing get done about it neither, except for a whole bunch of memes. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of memes will be up and the MAGA crowd will be going crazy. And then linking this to crime in Chicago somehow, which, I mean, you know, speaking of the, you know, migrant crisis over there, I mean, I guess you could make a link to the migrant crisis, but they'd be talking about other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maine Mermaid said, "Flood our country with the third world, become the third world. What do you expect? They don't know our culture, laws, rights, language, religious beliefs, like legal immigrants. Common sense." I don't think anybody would disagree with that. But at the same time, I don't think that people in America acknowledge how harmful the American culture is to certain Americans here either. Would you acknowledge how harmful American culture is to certain Americans here? How many people in the comment section would acknowledge how harmful American culture is to certain Americans here? Let's go down the list of what American culture has done to some Americans here, shall we? You might want to get your pen and pad out and take some notes. Maine Mermaid. Real quick, though, before we get into that. If you guys aren't subscribed to the Rumble channel, make sure you guys take a moment and subscribe to the Rumble channel. Speaking of American culture, let me ask you guys this. What has America done to Haiti? Have they done anything to stabilize the Haitian government? Or what is, let's talk about America's history of involvement with Haiti. Shout out to Kirk Alden. Them folks over there are prime example. Now, Maine Mermaid says, no, I don't think our culture is harmful. So you don't think that the United States government putting sanctions on countries in Africa if they don't decide to be LGBTQ, you don't think that that's harmful for them? You don't think that's harmful? How is that not harmful? Let me ask you this question. Do you support, quote unquote, the woke agenda, quote unquote, in your schools? I just got this feeling. I don't think that you do. I got this feeling that you're open-minded in regards to things that make you comfortable, but I don't think that you're open-minded in regards to the preservation of other people's cultures elsewhere. I just got this feeling, because that's kind of how this country was built, right? We can all agree on that. There wasn't really much regard to what was going on here prior to the people who are the majority of the people here in the country now, right? So I wouldn't say that that's a cornerstone of American culture. I wouldn't say that. I would say that if America wants to redefine itself, it can create some new culture stones and some new tenets, right? But I don't say that I don't think that that's an accurate depiction. And I don't think that it should be legal. I don't think that it should be illegal to talk about the inaccurate depictions of the American influence on the entire world and on certain populations here. I don't think that that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. Now, the issue with woke is that people don't think that woke should be in schools here, right? As far as quote unquote woke goes in regards to like LGBTQ, because I don't believe that race should qualify under quote unquote woke, because race is a reality that is actually implemented into the American legal system, right? But we want to go to other places and quote unquote woke those other places. If I'm not mistaken, the United States threatened to put sanctions on Ghana because Ghana wouldn't make itself quote unquote woke. But at the same time, there's a bunch of people that say these places are woke anyway because they're trying to get control of the resources that they have there, because all of the resources there are under control of the United States, the EU, France. I don't think that that's cool. I don't think that that's cool. So now here's my question. So now when we had this on the table, how does it get dealt with? Because I don't think that there would be a lot of Haitians here if Citibank didn't help the French government extort reparations money that America doesn't believe in from France for kicking the French from Haiti for kicking the French out because they revolted the slave rule that the French had over there. But see, I'm not allowed to talk about that because that's woke. That's woke. Because what I find the definition of woke being is woke is something that makes white people turn red. And I don't think that anything that makes white people turn red should be illegal, because next thing you know, the climate initiative is going to start working on making the sun tone down its UV intensity. And I don't think that's good for anybody's ecosystem. So I think we need to come to a clarification on these things. How many people would agree? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I mean, the anti-woke agenda could at some point turn to manipulating the hydrogen reactions on the sun because it's making certain people change colors. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that that's cool, because everybody don't change colors. But then again, these are the same people that have an issue with equity and equality. So we gotta iron this out somehow. So I got the ironing board out, got the iron hot. Let's get to pressing. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to pressing. You know what I'm saying? Let's figure it out. So I want to know what the solution should be. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what the solution should be, because I don't. It just wouldn't be convenient if the solution was something like this.
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mum-Ra, the ever-living!
Don't know nobody want that as a solution. Don't nobody want that as a solution. Main Mermaid says the Clinton Foundation withhold the money they promised to Haiti. They also tried to steal children and smuggle them out. They were caught at the airport but never prosecuted. Now, whose judicial system failed to prosecute them? And who is the Clinton, who is both Clintons a representative of? Now, here's another question for you. Do you know about Citibank's history of helping extort money from from Haiti to give to France? Do you know about that? Shout out to the mods. Anybody want to pull up some information about the involvement that Citibank had in extracting the money from Haiti to pay to France? Anybody want to throw some links in the chat about that? Any one of the mods want to do that real quick? So now here's my question: how do we deal with all that? And I hate to do this. I got to take away some options. One of the options that we got to take away is move past it. Nobody's moving past anything. So now that we got moved past it off of the table, how are we going to deal with it? We got to stay on Haiti, Main Mermaid. We got to stay on Haiti. If you really would like talking about China and all that, I got a stream coming up on one of my other channels about China. You know what I'm saying? You can go on over there and hit that bell icon twice and wait till I get a chance to get that together, because we definitely going to talk about it. Because China's tearing your boy Elon Musk up, man. They tearing your boy Elon Musk up. They about to put him out of business. He had to flake on his promise to not share more Tesla shares. You know what I'm saying? And Elon Musk I don't know how he's going to manage the efficiency of the government when he's got businesses that are just bleeding money, but that's neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there. We could deal with that when it comes. What we got to deal with right now is we got to deal with this situation right here. And the thing is that we can't move past this situation right here because it's happening right now. So this is one of the reasons why anybody that thinks that, you know, I'm being an unfair referee and saying, hey, I'm making the rules, I'm moving past it out of the options. It's happening right now. You can't move past the present. You can only move through the present into the future. Now, the mods were very generous for you. They put some information in the chat there for you. So read up and come back.
He's scared for his life. So another friend told me that it seems that he would have had some family coming to visit him, but it seems that he gonna welcome them in Columbus or Dayton because it is not safe right now for him in Springfield.
And I have to tell you, Kristen, there were a number of Haitian immigrants that
I'm gonna just put it like this: before you click those links, all right, before you click those links about the Citibank France Haiti situation, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Ron DeSantis would not want your child knowing about what happened. I'm just put it like that. So whatever that means to you, if that means something to you, you know, take it under advisement.
I talked to who were scared to even go on camera because they're worried that they're going to get harassed or targeted when they show their faces and tell people that they do not like these claims being spread. The other thing that Vilas told me is that there are a lot of people who want to see their futures and felt welcomed here, and now they're really thinking about moving and leaving and maybe going to Miami or New York, places that have long had Haitian communities. So it really is maybe even changing the population.
Here's my question. And again, like, here go the thing. Like, there might be, you know, this. Nobody's dead yet. I understand that there's difficulties and, you know, there's culture classes and stuff like that. But I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't. Nobody's dead yet. You know what I'm saying? Which to me is the ultimate indicator of everything. Actually, it's only the child of the citizen there got deleted. You know what I'm saying? But no migrants have gotten deleted. So again, you know, I don't know if the migrants really understand that, like, if y'all are doing this and violating these people, they could just be popping y'all and y'all not, and nobody's gotten popped yet. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they need to like, when it comes to the migrants, as far as like the cultural clashes, like, that really needs to sink in. You're in a open carry state where if you're on somebody's property inappropriately, they can remove you from the planet and it'll just be okay. And that hasn't happened yet. Main Mermaid said, how do we deal with that? Vote for Trump and vote out every Democrat. Now, how do we vote for Trump if Trump wants to make talking about those type of situations illegal? That's the only problem. And that's not exactly true as far as their quote unquote corrupt government. Did you click on the link with Citibank yet? And who's the corruption in their government? Is it the corruption that the Clintons helped to fund? Because now we got to talk about, because what that sounds to me like is it sounds to me like America is paying off bad actors in Haiti, and America's involvement with Haiti is contributing to their issues. One thing about Trump is that Trump talks a lot about quote unquote crap hole countries, but at the same time, he's part of an ideology that wants to make discussions about how those countries became crap holes and how they continue to stay crap holes. They don't like to talk about that. That's part of woke. That's part of the Stop Woke Act. We can only talk about the good that we did. We can't talk about any bad that we did, which is actually less good than bad, but you know what I'm saying? We can't talk about any of these things. But this is allegedly the party of the free speech. So I don't understand. So how do we deal with that? I don't think that voting for Trump is a sufficient action to deal with the entirety of that issue. Voting for Trump doesn't do anything to solve this situation directly or prevent it from occurring. So we need to go a little bit deeper. Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media.
And that's something that I think is really heartbreaking for a lot of people, Kristen.
Well, Yamisha, it's a fascinating conversation. Great reporting on this story that continues to get so much attention. We really appreciate your being on the ground there to sort through what's actually happening.
All right, so there go. That's the end of that. All right, shout out to Patrick. What's good with it, bro? All right, so now next, what we about to do is we about to take a look at what Fox has to say about this. All right, we're gonna see what Fox has to say about this, and I want you guys to pay very close attention. I want y'all to pay very close attention. Do you all see? Do you all see the numbers? That's how you know who's watching the video versus who's not. That's how you know who's watching the video or not. Oh, he's on that woke stuff. Is that woke? That's woke. Okay, I didn't know, but apparently that's woke. Apparently that's woke. It seems to me like the whole labeling certain information as woke. It seems to me as if this whole quote unquote idea of woke is a free speech restriction mechanism. If you guys would agree that the labeling inappropriately of certain historical facts as woke is a free speech mechanism to maintain people's feelings, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree with that and you think that there's something else going on, by all means, let me know what else is going on.
All right, now this. We told you about Mark Zuckerberg accusing the White House of engaging in censorship. Now,
you're not addressing any of the stuff that I asked. And I don't appreciate not having what I asked addressed, because I addressed everything that you said. I even agreed with some of the stuff that you said. Now what I need is for you to directly address everything that I said and everything that my wonderful mods were so nice enough to put in a chat for you, and figure out a 360-degree solution to these issues where everybody walks away from the table whole. It's your night to save the world. Everybody always wants to be a hero. what I'm saying? It's your chance.
House Oversight Subcommittee wants the White House to send over any documents that detail that censorship. House Judiciary Committee Chair Jim Jordan joins us now. Great to have you here, Congressman.
No pressure, by the way. No pressure. No pressure. But tonight's your night. Tonight's your night to save the world. You know what I'm saying? Give it your best.
Yeah, great to have you. Will the White House ever be held accountable for what is free speech censorship?
Well, I hope that the accountability comes, when the American people see they got one party who's now for censoring speech and another party. I mean, think about this, actually. Did you ever think you'd see a coalition of Donald Trump, Elon Musk, RFK Jr., and Tulsi Gabbard? The reason that all...
Yes, all of us, we all saw that coming a mile away. Now, here's another thing. Both parties are for censorship of speech. We just went over that, as a matter of fact. How many people would agree that both parties are for censorship of speech? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to John. Absolutely. As you come in, hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Shout out to Maine. Maine says President Trump is a constitutionalist. He's never stood in the way of free speech. The Dems are behind controlling censorship of the media and social media. Now, let me ask you guys a question. I want to ask everybody a question. When was the Constitution written? In what year was the Constitution written? So we're going to follow the Constitution. And who signed the Constitution? Now, why am I asking that question? I'm asking this question to ask this. When the Constitution was drafted and signed, how did the Constitution apply to the black people in Thomas Jefferson and George Washington's families? That's my question for you.
all came together was because of this censorship. I mean, it's amazing. We actually had Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr. all come and testify in front of our committee. Democrats actually tried to kick RFK Jr. out of the hearing. They made a motion to go to executive session, kick him out on a hearing on censorship. This is how real this is. And I'm like, his name is Kennedy, only the biggest name in Democrat politics for the last 75 years. He's now for Trump because of censorship. And he made a great statement. A great statement when he endorsed President Trump. He said that when you look at history, it's never the good guys who are for censorship. So this issue is huge. We'll see what happens on November 5th. We're trying to make sure everyone understands it. And by the way, because of our work, there's no longer a disinformation governance board at the Department of Homeland Security. So
the interesting thing about that statement, he said the good guys are never for censorship. What's interesting about it is I have a completely different perspective. As I look into history, I noticed that there's no good guys. There's zero good guys. So that's it. That's an interesting little conflict. So here's my question for you, Maine. Are you going to answer my questions? Or are you just going to say whatever? Because if you're not going to answer my questions anymore, I'm going to just go through this and continue with the stream. Because the problem is that what you're doing right now, is you're censoring me, and I don't appreciate it. And I feel violated, and I don't like feeling violated. Because let me ask you guys this question. Is ignoring somebody a form of censorship? If ignoring somebody is a form of censorship, give me a thumbs up. If it's not a form of censorship, give me a thumbs down. Now, you do support free speech, don't you? You support free speech, right? And you support reciprocity, right?
You think we've already had an impact, but this is critical. If you can't speak out, if we don't have a First Amendment, holy cow, that's crazy.
That is crazy. You're right. All right, next one for you. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine sending law enforcement and $2.5 million to Springfield because of this massive influx of migrants from Haiti.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cameron Jones. Cameron Jones says these people are sent in here to disrupt the room and derail the conversation. It's impossible to derail or disrupt.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
There is no one in the universe that can derail me. Yeah,
Congressman Paul, you're from Ohio. What do you make of this?
Well, when you allow what estimates are now 20,000 individuals to come from Haiti to a community of 60,000, there is a huge concern there on your education system, your healthcare system, the housing market, all kinds of issues there. And then we've had all kinds, people have talked at the city commission meeting about things they've seen going on that they've testified to. So the governor is saying, wait a minute, we got to deal with this. But this is all driven by the Biden-Harris administration, who made a decision on day one, open up the border, no more wall, no more remain in Mexico. When you get here, you will not be detained. And then this specific program, which gives parole authority to individuals from Cuba, from Haiti, from Venezuela, and Nicaragua, Honduras, and that come in. That's this program, 20,000 people in a community of 60,000. That's why the governor's taking this action.
Last one for you. Tell us about this immigration court training program that you're investigating. What's that about?
Using your tax dollars to train immigration activists to get immigrants signed up for public service. I mean,
now, how many people heard about this? I didn't hear about this particular situation here. If you guys heard about this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about this, then give me a thumbs down.
Such a deal, using your tax money to help immigrants get more of your tax money. Meanwhile, we got record inflation, we got record crime, we got an open border, and we got $2 gas is now $4 gas. So this is how, again, ridiculous this administration has been when it comes to our border security, our immigration laws. And again, I think it's one of the key issues that is going to decide this election. And I think the American people are going to choose President Trump.
Well, listen, I just don't understand, Congressman. Even diehard Democrats have to admit, look, where they're getting free healthcare, free housing, cash cards. Now they're getting court. I mean, it just goes on and on. While we have veterans sleeping on the streets, people who were born here who are not getting the help they need. I mean, surely, even the most.
Maine says that people here don't know what woke means. People at the Manhattan Institute don't know what woke means either. I'm sure you're familiar with the viral clip of Bethany Mandel stuttering when Breonna Joy Gray asked her, right? So I really hope that you don't hold us to the standard of a Bethany Mandel, who Bethany Mandel actually stole that term from us. Because if you go and look at the Wikipedia or the origin of the word woke literally derived from the people in this chat. Okay.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
Stop crashing against me so that people don't have to sweep you up. Shout out to Cameron. Facts. If you guys agree with Cameron, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Diehard Democrat must see that's wrong.
I think they do, and I think you're going to see them vote for President Trump. I think we're now past the pep rally stage of Kamala Harris's campaign. We're now to the facts and issues. We have something we very seldom get in American politics. You got back-to-back administrations running for the top job. You can compare the records. And as I said before, we literally went from a secure border to no border, safe streets to record crime, $2 gas to $4 gas, stable prices to record inflation. And then all these goofy policies which say we're going to use your tax dollars to give to new migrants. Many may have come in the country illegally to get more of your tax money. Yeah. That makes no sense to the average family who are paying all kinds of ridiculous prices because of the record inflation.
All right, so there's that, right? And again, a lot of that stuff I wouldn't disagree with. So now here, we're going to look at another clip from Fox, all right? And this is another reaction to the quote-unquote viral moments, okay? Another reaction from to the viral moments, okay? So let's take a look at this.
You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in.
Oh, shout out to Black shout out to Alpha Male Pimp Network. You like that video with 216 Stand on it? Yeah, bro. Shout out to 216 Stand on it, man. That's a brother from Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? And he does good YouTube content. He's been talking about the migrant crisis too.
Violently. These are the people that she and Biden led into our country, and they're destroying our country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality, and we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast.
All right, so you see at this week's debate, former President Donald Trump sounding the alarm on American citizens struggling under the weight of people.
Now, check this out. Watch this, y'all. You guys want to see me live action play with somebody's brain? You guys want to see me live action bully somebody? Is anybody familiar with the terminology that was changed during the Senate hearing where Amy Coney Barrett was sworn in as a Supreme Court justice? Is anybody familiar with the terminology that was changed during that situation? If you guys are, give me a thumbs up. If you guys are not, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Alpha Male Pimp Network. Alpha Male Pimp Network said, "I would like for you to expand on that more in future videos. Can you please get more into street politics?" Yeah, I will, bro. I will, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. I don't ever really talk about that kind of stuff. Now I could, but I just don't ever talk about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I could though. If y'all want me to do more type of content like that, I will for sure.
Flowing into our nation from other countries. One city in particular, Springfield, Ohio, is in the national spotlight right now over the massive spike of Haitian migrants, some 15,000 who have arrived under the Biden-Harris Temporary Protected Status Program, or TPS. That makes them, through the program, legally here. And again, I want to mention the number, small town, 15,000 have come in.
So now you hear what Laura Ingraham said? Through the program, that makes them legally here. And this is what I'm talking about. This is the problem with changing definitions, the same way they changed the definition of woke. So what it seems like is that when convenient, certain people like to change definitions of words and then say that the new definition is the legit purpose of the word. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
To the city of just 60,000 in the past few years. Ohio Governor DeWine actually has announced in the last 24 hours that he is
His name is DeWine. What's wrong with these national news organizations where they can't get any information right? We saw ABC say that the lady that was eating the cat was in Dayton. You got this person here on Fox calling Mike Devine. Let me ask you guys this question. Can you trust the news? Can you trust the mainstream media? If you can trust the news and trust the mainstream media, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't, then give me a thumbs down. Now, shout out to Main Mermaid. So I want to ask you this. We should just ignore America's involvement in Haiti's present condition. I want to know if that's what you're saying. Why can't Haiti help themselves? And here's another thing. I believe, this is what I believe. I believe that if America is as anti-reparations as they claim that they are, then I believe that America needs to help Haiti get the reparations back that was stolen from them by France, because you don't believe in reparations, right? You think that reparations is a bad idea and it's horrible. Nobody in America should get reparations because nobody ever did anything to America that's alive today. That's a bad idea. Nobody should get it. It's morally bankrupt, right? Well, I say take that morality and petition to France with the full strength of the United States to give Haiti back all of the reparations that Haiti unjustly paid to France so that Haiti can help themselves. That's what I think. Now, that's something that you can get behind, right? You can get behind that because nobody in the United States is behind reparations, right? So let's all stand on our anti-reparation stance and make sure that we right the wrong that was done when France got that handout from Haiti, and get Haiti its money back so they can do exactly like you say and help themselves. If you guys agree and think that that's a brilliant idea, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree and you think that's a horrible idea, by all means, give me a thumbs down, but don't crash too hard.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
I'll wait.
Weight of people flowing into our nation from other countries. One city in particular, Springfield, Ohio, is in the national spotlight right now over the massive spike of Haitian migrants, some 15,000 who have arrived under the Biden-Harris Temporary Protected Status Program, or TPS. That makes them, through the program, legally here. And again, I want to mention the number, small town, 15,000 have.
I just want to make sure that I correct an area earlier in the video. Just so you know, I thought that this black lady was Laura Ingraham. I just want to put that out there. Okay, I'm done. Let's just go.
Come into the city of just 60,000 in the past few years. Ohio Governor DeWine actually has announced in the last 24 hours that he is going to send $2.5 million along with a boost in law enforcement on the ground to help that community manage an untenable situation right now.
I want to know where is, for everybody in the United States who's anti-reparations, where is the anti-reparations movement where you all get Haiti the money back that they paid France? If you're really anti-reparations, why are you supporting reparations getting paid to some places and not getting paid here? Does that make any sense? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up. If it doesn't make any sense, give me a thumbs down. See what I did there? See what I did there? I told you guys. I told you guys. It just don't get me there, because then it just gets worse. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't sit here in America and claim that you against reparations and you haven't done nothing to talk about how wrong it was for Haiti to pay reparations and done something to get Haiti's reparations back. Like, man, I don't believe y'all, man. I don't believe y'all. I don't believe none of these people in the United States is as anti-reparations as they claim they are. I don't believe y'all, because they don't be speaking out about no reparations, man. Now, you know what? She had actually that mermaid person had actually mentioned something about voting for Trump. What do y'all think Trump's thoughts on reparations are? Main Mermaid said, Main Mermaid said, one of your mods called me woke. I'm 100% not woke. I'm a conservative. I do not stand for pushing the G agenda on people or children, or pushing hate and division by using racism as a tool. That's interesting. I'm going to tell you something about me. Your candidate of preference isn't a threat to democracy. I am. So you better do whatever you can to get him in office. Because if somebody like me is ever running this country, you're not going to have a say in what goes on to make things right for people that have been wronged here. I hope that's some good motivation for you.
Also explained how the migrant influx is hurting Springfield.
These dramatic surges impact every citizen in the community, every citizen. The moms who have to wait hours in a waiting room with a sick child, everyone who drives on the streets, And it affects children who go to school in more crowded classrooms. This is, a very unprecedented situation in Springfield. We wish we had some help from the federal government.
Republican Governor DeWine there explaining why they need federal government help. It's a federal program that put them in this position. Now, the people who live there were at a city commission meeting this week, including one woman who lost her mother-in-law because of the situation. Let's watch this together.
On December 1st, I received a phone call that changed my life forever. She was collecting her trash can from her. A Haitian immigrant was allegedly driving.
Now, right. Shout out to John. John said, I called you woke as a joke. So what? Right. Nah, it's light mood in here, man. You're okay. As long as nobody, as long as you don't start going crazy and people start really got to hammer you with the wrench, ain't nobody go. You're good. But what we do need you to do is we need you to pick up the pace on answering some of the questions that I've been asking.
Recklessly when he struck and killed her. I am paralyzed with anxiety when I'm getting my children out of the car in any parking lot, walking on any sidewalk, and driving on any road in this town.
This issue is not a Republican or Democratic issue.
Shout out to Jay Bird.
This is an American issue. This is an Ohio issue, and this is a Springfield issue. We, the people, have the ability to ensure our streets are safe.
Schools are overcrowded. Our education system has went in the trash. Housing is another issue. The overcrowding in housing. My son had to give me his house and move to another house because I can't find housing.
I don't know that struggle where I could just give somebody a house. I couldn't even give my parents out. You can stay here for a minute if you need to. You know what I'm saying? But I can't give you no house. You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Is there a cutoff point that, I mean, for the population here? Or, I mean, I feel like there should be a no vacancy sign right now, and people are still coming in.
I want to make a point really clear here.
So now here's my question. Right. Okay. So you said no way on reparations. So what are you going to do to help Haiti recoup the reparations that the United States helped France steal from it? Because you can't say no reparations and then not really say anything about other instances where we've benefited from people who've gotten reparations. So now here's the issue, right? No reparations have been paid in the United States to Black people, but massive amounts of reparations have been paid to other groups of people. But certain people seem to only have a problem with Black people mentioning reparations. So now here's my thing, right? We need the consistency. We need the consistency. So you either need to be behind the concept completely or behind the concept or in support of the concept completely. So if you are anti-reparations, what we need you to do is we need you to say something about United States' relationship with Macron so that Macron can get Haiti back the money that it stole, because I'm sure you think that reparations is stealing money, and then maybe Haiti will be able to do things on its own. You see how consistency works for everybody? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Because let me ask you guys this. If the United States didn't help Haiti, or if the United States didn't help France extract the reparations money from Haiti, is it arguable to say that Haiti wouldn't be economically bankrupt, Haiti would be self-sufficient, and none of those Haitian people would be in Springfield, Ohio? They'd be living thriving lives in Haiti. If you would come say that to my face, I would take my reparations right out of your heart. You got another question?
This isn't exactly the same thing that other cities far from the border are seeing, where, you know, Democrats have accused Republicans for busing people in. This is through a Biden-Harris administration. Remember, he put her in charge of the border. A Biden-Harris administration special program for Haitians at this time. So they are looked upon now as being legally in our communities, particularly Springfield, Ohio. Now, that's important to note, because if one side starts pointing fingers at the other, Democrats to Republicans as they have, don't you dare let them get away with they were bused there, because they weren't. Many of them want to stay in that community. They have jobs. But the collision of population in Springfield and people who are not in many cases licensed to drive, and that was an issue in that woman's mother's case. Those are the things that are coming up, a lack of resources, that sort of thing. Republican Congresswoman Kat Cammack of Florida, member of the Energy and Agricultural Committees, is also on the select subcommittees on the committee on the weaponization of the federal government.
I guess that answered the questions. Now, here's the issue. It's not reparations that you all don't agree with. Because, again, you've done nothing to advocate against the reparations that were paid to France by Haiti. You continue to fail to address my questions about France's reparations payments to Haiti. France got reparations payments from Haiti, and yet and still the United States government provides France with a ton of military aid, a ton of EU support. Your issue with reparations and other people like you's issue with reparations is that you all believe that your freedom to do as you want to is contingent on the ability to harm and oppress other people as you see fit without consequence. And the denial of making the past wrongs correct is a reminder to you all that you have the power to continue to do that. It's like a flagship cultural thing. Unspoken, so to speak. There's going to be a point in history where one of two things happens. People could actually sit down and deal with history appropriately, or what's going to happen is math is going to determine what happens. And I don't know if you've been paying attention to the population trends, but I think that the last thing that anybody wants, at least over there where y'all at, is for math to do the determining of this type of situation. One of the reasons why humans allegedly have a rational mind is to make rational decisions so that math doesn't have to make the decisions. Because when math makes the decisions, that's one of the things that they fear about artificial intelligence. It could be an existential threat. I don't think anybody wants any existential threats looming over their head. But if you pay attention to a lot of the politics that are happening these days, it's almost as if these politicians are planning for existential threats. Existential threats like the need for free in vitro fertilization. Existential threats like quantitatively easing certain population numbers of people who are decreasing in their numbers. That's math making the decision for you, because the world is run by math. There's always a mathematical course of future events, and then there's a human implied course of future events. The idea is that the human implied course of events isn't as unforgiving as the math course. But for whatever reason, some people think that they can supersede that. And they can't. And let me ask you guys this question. If you are somebody who was not part of the constitutional agreement that this country was created under at the time of the Constitution, can you actually call this your country? So there's a large group of us in the room here. We can't even really call this our country. I mean, they extract taxes from us. They extracted more than that. But for right now, it's just taxes. What I think is that the people who benefited off of the American invasion should get treated the same way you feel that people who invade this country should get treated. That's how I feel. Like I said, you better hope your man get in office. The last thing you want is somebody like me with the keys. It would be such a better situation for you. So keep trying to convince my chat.
Congresswoman Kamek, I want to first of all, because we've been talking about this issue of immigration for so long, set the table, if you will, for us of why this now is so important to so many.
Now, here goes a question for you. And you got to answer this one because this is a yes or no. You've been typing paragraphs, limiting my free speech, violating me in my own home, which is what they do here in America. It's the American way to do that. Come here and violate people in their own home and then say that their home is theirs. Do you disagree with math? Let me ask you guys this question. How many people in the chat disagree with math? If you disagree with math, give me a thumbs up. If you agree with math, then give me a thumbs down.
Americans in different positions across the country.
Well, Harris, you've heard me say it so many times before. Every town and city rightfully pointed out, this is a program that the Harris-Biden regime have stood up, implemented, and are now setting up across the country. And just to give you some perspective about why this is so critical, that we're pointing out that this is an authorized legal program under this administration, it's that they're not just putting them in schools and putting more pressure on all the.
Shout out to Shamika, facts. And shout out to my man John, facts. Math is the great equalizer. Literally. Literally. This is what happened when you try to.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
Healthcare systems and community services. There are cities, and this is so scary. They are not only giving them these services, they're now giving them jobs as law enforcement officers. That is why I had to drop a bill last week, the Citizen Only Policing Act, because they are now allowing people under these programs to serve as gun-carrying sworn officers of the law. Keep in mind, these people are in the country illegally, and that is what is.
Shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. We got 499 subs, guys. We only need one more sub to get that 500. And you know who hasn't subbed yet? Main Mermaid. Shout out to Main Mermaid. There's no skin colors asking for reparations at all. Zero. None whatsoever. Who are skin colors asking for mermaids or for reparations? Tell me who. Tell me what skin color is asking for reparations. This is news to me. Now, let me ask you this question. Are you Native American? You got any family from, quote unquote, the American frontier out west? And last time I checked, I don't think that I'm a skin color. Are you reducing me to a skin color? Despite the fact that I love my skin color and it's absolutely 110% a irremovable part of my identity, I don't appreciate you reducing me to a skin color. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate when people do that. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but you know what I'm saying? Like, we so big, it's really hard to reduce us to a skin color. But if that's what, you know, trying to do that by definition, I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate that. I don't think that there's anybody in here called a skin color. And I don't think that any skin color has been just verbalizing the need for quote unquote reparations. I don't think that that's been happening. I think that that's a right wing and left wing disinformation campaign. Because Democrats, quote unquote, seem to have this idea that they want, quote unquote, the entire black population to get reparations from the United States government. And I think that the United States government harmed a specific group of people that is not accurately defined as every black person in the United States. So by that definition alone, I don't see how a skin color can be asking for reparations. Do you?
So crazy to me. And another fine point to put on this that everyone should be upset about is that collectively we spend $42 billion of taxpayer money every single year on people in this country who have been brought in through the Harris-Biden regime or have crossed the border illegally. So as a comparison, homeless veterans only get $3 billion.
Wow.
Throw some flames in the chat for Shamika for enforcing the bots. Appreciate it, Shamika. We're gonna be able to, as soon as we get this one last subscriber, we'll be able to get some membership emoji and stuff on this channel too.
Making them law enforcement, I mean, they're not U.S. citizens, from what I'm understanding.
Now, check this out. I got a question for everybody in the chat. So you know how we did the previews and everybody got to see the intros for the new series? Coming toward the end of the stream, should we be nice and let the people who are now here see the intros, the preview intros? If we should, give me a thumbs up. If we shouldn't, give me a thumbs down.
Some of them may be looked upon as legal in this country, but that doesn't make them citizens. All right, let's get to this. House Speaker Mike Johnson is now going forward, pushing hard to include a measure requiring proof of citizenship to vote in a bill to prevent a government shutdown. And Republicans laid out why that measure is so important.
I want any member of Congress in either party to explain to the American people why we should not ensure that only U.S. citizens are voting in U.S. elections.
If Americans are going to remain in control of their own government, for heaven's sakes, we should let only Americans vote in our elections. Thank you.
I mean, to me, that's common sense. I don't have a problem with that. Like, again, y'all know I've had the issues with the whole idea of letting the non-citizens, or not even the non-citizens, I should say, the people who are illegally here or undocumented, who don't have the proper authorizations to be able to vote in the elections. I don't understand why that's even a conversation. But what I want you guys to understand from tonight's conversation is why I say the stuff that I do. Even if you agree with certain concessions on certain things, these people don't care. It don't matter. So if it doesn't matter and they don't care, then why help with anything? This is one of the reasons why I would never vote either way. I would never vote for Trump and I would never vote for Harris. You're not going to get anything from either side, either of these boneheads. They're going to give you every reason why in the world you should do what they want you to do. But nothing that you want or need matters. Well, then fight your own battle. And while you're fighting your battle, because I live here, I pay taxes here, I'm going to benefit from what you get from your battle. But I'm not going to help you with it, though. Now, you said you're a Christian, right? Because I'm pretty sure in the Bible it says that fathers are directly responsible for the sins of their children. And I don't know if you know how to do math or not, but Jim Crow didn't end until the 1960s. Now, do this math problem. How long ago was 1960 from 2024? And now what I want you to do is shout out to everybody that's in here whose parents were affected by Jim Crow. This Trump supporter here just completely minimized the lived history and experience of your parents and grandparents and said that it was nothing but vote for Trump. That's the kind of nonsense that I will never, ever tolerate. And that's one of the reasons why I can never, ever be on either side of these political parties, the Democrats or the Republicans. The only thing equal about both sides is how ignorant they are and how anti-black they are. They want to dismiss history and make it illegal and call it woke to completely erase the lived experience that your grandparents and parents went through to bring you safely here. They will get my vote from my casket until, or if they decide to actually not be ignorant, the time that comes that they decide to not be ignorant.
If we do not show the American people that the elections are going to be fair.
Now it's perfect timing that this clown decided to show up on the screen because he called all of us criminals. He said that Black Americans are criminals. All of us, 100% in totality. But go ahead and vote for the guy that's going to help this guy and give him a promotion. Let me ask you guys this question. What is a corporation? Is a corporation an artificial company? An artificial person? Let me ask you guys this question. Are companies that were established during the time of the slavery era and the Jim Crow era, are they still alive today? If you're an artificial corporation, I'm pretty sure you never die unless all of your shares dissipate. So what I need people to do in the comment section is I need you guys to name businesses that profiteered off of slavery. We can start with banks like Chase, ING, Wells Fargo. Those artificial persons are still alive today.
I am the rocks of the eternal shore. Crash against me and be broken.
And they're going to be satisfied with the outcome. You are going to have hell to pay in this country.
Well, the former president.
Well, whoever he's talking to, I hope he heard himself. Because when math starts mathing, oh, man. Ooh, when that math starts mathing.
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mum-Ra, the ever-living.
The nation's 45th president also shared his thoughts in making them clear. He posted, if Republicans in the House and Senate don't get absolute assurances on election security, they should in no way, shape, or form go forward with a continuing resolution on the budget. Congresswoman, your take.
Well, listen, 82% of Americans agree that non-citizens should not be voting in U.S. elections. It's a common sense measure. And I cannot stress enough that it is really at the peril of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle that they don't adopt this. If I hear one more time, well, it's illegal that non-citizens vote in elections. Well, guess what? It's also illegal to cross the border. And yet they seem to have no problem with that. And they've allowed 10.5 million people to come into this country illegally. So if they have no...
Hey, guess what, y'all? Throw them 500s in the chat. 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 Now, I got to ask y'all this. I got to ask y'all this again. Since we finally got that number, since we finally got 500, and shout out to y'all. Well, you got to start doing some research, man. You got to start doing some research, man. We gave you the links, man. Do some research, man. We've been treating you very good here. But historically, what happens when y'all get treated good? Y'all turn around and hurt people. That's what you do historically when people treat you good. Maybe we shouldn't have treated you good. Now, you said that the sins of the father should not be looked at on the son. But if everybody comes from a similar DNA strand, behavioral traits are passed down through DNA. Now, in one instance, I'm sure you would tell me that past behavior is a predictor of future behavior. But in the instance of when people treat you good, you turn around and delete them. Don't pay attention to that. I don't know how that's consistent. Do you? I don't know how that's consistent. So what I need you to do for your homework assignment is to explain me the consistency in that.
If they have no objection, then why not pass the bill? What are they scared of? And that's the message that needs to go out. If we are serious about election integrity, we have to pass the SAVE Act.
But real quickly, well, why wouldn't they? I mean, you're talking with people on the Hill. You're talking with people on the left, on the Hill. What are they telling you? Are there reasons for not wanting to sign something that they say should already be happening? But if it's not, you got to sign a bill.
Well, it's...
Now, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. My name is Robert, and I'm the third. Okay? I'm the third. The Roberts before me were junior and senior. And you know why there's three of us? There's three of us because there's an expectation behind my name. And I'm black. And I didn't start out with any type of advantage in the world. But I did start out with an advantage in the world because of the foundation that was laid out for me by my father and by my grandfather, because they're both solid. My dad is solid. If anything ever goes down, my dad is the type of dude that you want right by your side. I'm the same way. I got it from him. My name, being that I got my dad's name, gave me an advantage because the people in our circle, our family, they know that the men named Robert in this family are solid and can hold it down. So I got the name recognition from my dad. So now, if I should be attributed an advantage in the world because of the good things that the Roberts before me did, and that gives me an advantage going forward, why is it that negative things that people who bear the same name or even more, why shouldn't that be attributed to them? So only good behaviors should be attributed to a family name, but bad behaviors should be ignored when it comes to a family name. I still don't see the consistency. So the argument of no one should have to deal with the sins of their father, I completely disagree. If your parents put your electric bill in your name and they don't pay the bill, guess who the credit company is coming after?
the same thing that we've heard when we ask for photo ID in elections to verify that someone is who they say they are. They say it's voter suppression. Now, we all know that's nonsense. And again, the majority of Americans can see through all the smoke and mirrors of all that messaging that comes from the left. So I, again, cannot stress that if people...
Shout out to Black Free. Bro, I told you. I be trying to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Have to ensure that it's only American citizens voting. And that is not a Republican issue, a Democrat issue, an independent issue. That is an American issue. And again, I've heard from so many of them, well, it's already illegal. Well, again, I stress there are other things that are illegal that are happening under their watch. Exactly, exactly. And we have proof that it is happening.
Right. At least there's a law against that, but still people do it. I've never been able to board a plane without showing an identification that had my picture.
Now, she's actually bringing up a good point about this boarding the plane. And I've actually used this example before. It's easier for a migrant to get in through the southern border than it is for an American to get on a plane through TSA. If you guys would agree with that statement, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
On it. And now they're doing digital verification of your eyes and your face to whatever document you give them. Congresswoman, It is great to see you. Thank you very much.
All right, so there's that. All right. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen? So now again, I want to ask y'all, right? Because we'll follow this up tomorrow. All right. We will definitely follow this up tomorrow. I got to take care of some things, believe it or not. believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, I might actually go live again. It depends. I gotta do some things real quick. You know what I'm saying? We hit the 500, y'all. I'm really thrilled about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm extremely happy, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all for getting this channel to 500 because I really want to do some things with this channel. You know what I'm saying? And I'm extremely happy. Now it'll be a little bit easier now that it's at 500 with some of the tools that's unlocked. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all, man, for doing that. Shout out to Authentic Auto. Let me just make sure I'm saying your name correctly. Auto China's History 101. Shout out to you, bro. What about the Venezuelans? Yo, I didn't talk about the Venezuelans on this particular stream, but if you check out this channel and my other channels, tons of content about the Venezuelans, bro. It's a couple short videos. And if I can get a stream in about the Venezuelans, we'll definitely talk about them. But there's some content up already. So if you're into watching replays and you like watching replays, make sure you subscribe, stick around, hit the bell. Got plenty of info on there. All right. So hopefully you enjoy it and find what you're looking for. Now, should we do the previews and then bounce out since we hit the 500? I think we should. But if y'all don't want to, we can save them. We can save them if y'all want to save them. You know what I'm saying? So, should we do the previews? Thumbs up. If we shouldn't, thumbs down. John Guillory said we should. Okay, we should. I agree. Can y'all tell I was being fake? Oh, man. So hopefully we'll be able to get in an episode of the Box Bros. But for those who haven't seen the intro for the Box Bros, which I haven't been able to do an episode of yet, here goes the intro for the Box Bros. Let me know what y'all think.
Wake up and bake up this year. Jump out the crib, stack up my C-note this year. Killing my ego this year. All for the people this year. Only believe in the real. I do believe in no fear. And I got gang in this bitch. I never switch on the tribe. I keep it all the way real. I'm in control of my feels. You see my highlights and study my real. Yeah. I'm showing more love this year. Running more plays, finna scale up my business this year. The world in my palm, I'm a star. I deliver my cadence. I'm serving up chips. Getting ready for the fam. Everything good on the side, everything coming together. New whip, no leash, no key in it, they heat it. California on the plates, I'm out here playing for keeping. I pull up, she leaking, she want me for the weekend. My foot on the gas with the brakes. Hate me or love me, you see me. Flex, yes, I got my foot on their neck. I'm out with a squad to the death. Young nigga get to the checks. Flex, yes, got nothing to lose and something to prove. Young nigga come from the trench. Cuban links on my neck, tanking. Freeze, smoking on dope, that diesel. Freeze, running till I miss my season. Lay back, geeking, smoking on dope, that diesel. Young nigga gone off the deep end, running till I miss my season. I keep a stack of them blessings, I'm ballin', I'm playing callin'. They chain on me matching my smile, you know that I stay salty. Wrist flooded, she drowning. We good on this side, everything coming together. New whip, no leash, no key in it, they heat it. California on the plates, I'm out here playing for keeping. I pull up, she leaking, she want me for the weekend. My foot on the gas with the brakes. Hate me or love me, you see me. Flex, yes, I got my foot on their neck. I'm out with a squad to the death. Young nigga get to the checks. Flex, yes, got nothing to lose and something to prove. Young nigga come from the trench. Cuban links on my neck, tanking. Freeze, smoking on dope, that diesel. Freeze, running till I miss my season. Lay back, smoking on dope, that diesel. Young nigga gone off the deep end, running till I miss my season.
Once we understand that it is through our five senses that these imprints are being made on our subconscious mind, we can then consciously begin to utilize our five senses to imprint something different.